Clic, mao, ça tue, ça blesse, ça flingue. Aïe, 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 mao, gazo, clic.
Hey collective, thank you for joining me today in the ethers. So let's jump into ethers and see what's popping for you. What is it that you need to know today, right? Because I'm your girl to tell you the truth. This is my double deck here. All right. So we're going to shuffle and we're going to jump right in. I'm going to pull the cards and then we're going to get a quick energy update for you collective. All right. Let's jump into the reading. What is it that the collective need to know? What's going on in their love life? The person that's on their mind. Ooh. The Emperor. Divine masculine, right? Somebody who's in control of their emotions, in control of their finances. Someone who has a sense of authority. This could be an entrepreneur, someone who owns their own business. For most of you, this could be someone you work for, or you could be the emperor, right? Others work for you. Let's see what other energy is out here for the collective. What is it that my collective needs to know? The Four of Swords. Right? Taking a break, relaxation, peace, self-reflection, resting. So off the rip, I'm getting that either you are the emperor or there's an emperor out here who's taking a break from a connection. Page of Wands. So I'm getting that this emperor, I feel like they didn't know that they were going to feel a certain way about you. You know, I hate when I do this because I want to really just pull the cards, then jump into the reading, but I get so much downloads. It's like, I have to get it out. I have to get it out. All right, so you have the Two of Wands, planning, right? And waiting. So you got this emperor in your energy collective, right? Or you could be this emperor. You find someone exciting, something new. Maybe this person could be a little younger than you. They don't have to be, but they just carry this exciting energy, this energetic energy, right? This fearless energy, this creative energy here for some of you. But you know what? Let's jump into the reading. Two of Swords. The Queen of Cups. All right, so with the Emperor being out here, I could be talking definitely to a Leo, definitely an Aries as a reader, okay? We have Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer out here with the Queen of Cups energy. Seven of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles wanted to come out, just saying. The Queen of Pentacles love joining the party here for some reason. Let's jump right in. Scorpio energy is heavy out here, right? This is transformation, endings, change, transition, release. That's the Death card. Leo energy is heavy out here with the Strength card, okay? You don't have to be these signs. However, you could be embodying that energy, but I'm going to break it down as we go on. So you have the Seven of Cups out here. Someone tried to play the Queen of Cups. What? Someone got their mask on? Someone's starting shit with the Five of Swords? We're going to jump all into this. The Page of Pentacles. You know what? I'm going to do one more row because this seemed like some juicy gossip. What's going on? The Ace of Pentacles is out here. Let's switch. Give me a message for my collective. Three more cards. You have the Knight of Cups. Somebody wants to come in. The Knight of Cups to me is someone who's apologetic, right? Who wants to come in, offer you this small gesture here to let you know things are still popping. The Page of Swords, this person is watching you here. And it's the Six of Cups. So it could be someone from your past. All right, we're going to jump into the reading collective. What's on the bottom of the deck? The World. Okay, so there was an ending here. An ending and a beginning. We're going to jump right into this reading. Yes, collective. So your spread, the energy I'm getting, I feel like this spread is so rich, right? It's giving me It's giving like love, karmic games, choices, right? Growth, ending, new beginning, all of that in one. All right, so we're going to break it down. Like I said, you have the Emperor, the Four of Swords, Page of Wands, Two of Wands, Two of Swords. Look up the number 22. That might mean something to you. You have the Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, Death, Strength card, the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, Six of Cups. Your overall energy is the World, okay? So let me just let you guys know that this is a collective reading, right? So I feel like today I'm asking Spirit, what is this person not telling you right now? Right? So this is a collective reading. This is for all signs, starting from Aries to Pisces, right? So I'll be calling you guys out as we go, right? So the bottom line is, somebody tried to play the Emperor. That's what I'm getting, right? Play control, play boss energy here. But I feel like Spirit says the truth about how they feel is so much softer, much weaker, and much more complicated. So if this is your story and you know someone is capping, then listen up. Okay? So like I said, the overall energy is the World card, right? So as the reader, the World, being that it's your overall energy, I feel like a cycle has closed, right? Between you and a person, right? You and a family member, you and a close friend, you and a situationship, right? Or you in a relationship, right? Something ended, or at least it shifted, and it shifted big time. So maybe you guys are in a no contact situation, or you guys are in a contact situation, but you find yourself pulling back your energy, right? But I feel like what they're not telling you is that to them, this doesn't feel over. This person feels like they have unfinished business here. And number one, because they're the Emperor. Okay? They look at the ending, they see this as just unfinished. Like, they're in their Emperor energy, and the Emperor really doesn't come in, emotional. The Emperor is very stoic. The Emperor, that's the rule of all the kingdoms. Okay, that's the rule of all the kings of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and the King of Swords, right? The Emperor rules all the kingdoms. That's the big boss. That's boss. Yeah. So I feel like this person in your life right now, collective, is very stubborn. The Emperor, they like control, right? They like to run the show, right? What they're not telling you is that they act like they didn't need you, but they did, right? I feel like their pride as the Emperor is their mask. I hope that makes sense. So this person, I'm not saying the Emperor is not about their business. They're not who they say they are. But the Emperor has more feelings than they're letting on. And they put up a mask, right? They have a lot of pride, a lot of ego. So you have the Four of Swords out here. So to me, you went silent on their ass. Somebody's trying to teach the Emperor a lesson. But what you don't understand is the Emperor, he plays chess. So he's matching that fucking energy, I'm sure. I'm sure. If it's a true Emperor, they're matching that energy, okay? I feel like with the Four of Swords, there's silence here. There's distance, right? Maybe some of you could live at a distance from each other, right? I'm getting that this could be a long distance relationship kind of situation, right? The Four of Swords also equal rest. So they're not telling you that even in this pause, they think about you. They replay moments. They wonder if you really moved on. Then you have the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands out here. So I feel like they want to reach out. This person, this Emperor, want to reach out, right? They want to explore something with you. Again, I feel like they're planning, they're watching, they're waiting, but they haven't acted on anything because the Emperor, such a fucking boss. They move in silence, right? They're going to match your energy and they're going to watch how you behave. So this person is definitely watching you. They're definitely observing you, right? They want to see if you moved on, if you have a social media presence. They're watching who you're conversating with in your comments, your messages. They're watching who is liking your picture the most. Yeah. Who you LOLing the most. But this person haven't acted yet because they're the Emperor. They got a whole lot to lose if they just jump in head over heart. I mean, heart over head. You know how that goes. What they're not telling you is that they still picture a future with you because the Emperor, I have to keep stressing this, the Emperor doesn't lose. So even if you think because of the lack of communication, because of the distance between you two, that this person just gave up or, they moved on, there was someone, the Emperor does not lose. Once the Emperor put their sights on something, once they want something, it takes everything to keep them away. Okay, so you might think that this person is in this Emperor energy. They can possibly have any person that they want. And, they moved on because they're so silent. They're not giving you the energy that you're giving them. But the reality is that that's not what's happening. You're fucking with an Emperor. I'm just saying, okay? I'm really just saying. All right. So I feel like, again, what they're not telling you is that they're still into you. You have the Two of Swords out here. So this is indecision and it's falling under the Emperor. So it's a possibility that this Emperor is indecisive about you. I feel like they're probably stuck between head and heart situation with you, right? What they're not telling you is that their pride, their ego, it blocks their intuition. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that horn. I know all of you heard it. All right. So that was clarity for me to say, boom, you're right. So this Emperor feels like they're at a stalemate, right? This is a difficult choice here. This is a crossroads for them. You created a situation. And if you let the Emperor tell it, who the fuck are you to create a situation, right? Because this is the Emperor we're talking about. You have the Queen of Cups out here. So this is telling me that whoever this Emperor is in your life, right? They know your love is pure, right? They know it's nurturing and they know that you have very deep emotions. I feel like the Emperor is not telling you they still crave that energy as well. But for some reason, I feel like they're ashamed of how they treated you. For some of you, this person could have backed off, right? For some of you, they could have cut off communication. For some of you, they didn't tell you a truth that maybe you needed to know. So this person, if they're not in contact with you right now, I feel like this person is ashamed of how they treated you. Then you have the Seven of Cups out here. So the Seven of Cups, it represents confusion, right? It's illusion. It's some sort of distraction here. Okay. I feel like for some of you, not all of you, this person could be entertaining other options. And I think that if you know for sure that this is your person and this person is entertaining other options, I feel like those other options could be a placeholder They need this distraction here to keep them from thinking about you and what they've done. What this person is not telling you is that those other options, they don't satisfy them. They know you were the real deal here. Everything else is just straight noise. But the Emperor has pride, has ego. And for whatever reason, they rather walk in this unnecessary confusion, this non-peaceful light, than just to admit how much they care about you. You have the Death card here, right? So to me, something ended, right? But endings bring transformation. So they're not telling you that the ending with you forced them to change. Even if they're fighting it. As of right now, if you and this person is not in contact, there's no conversation, you think this person moved on, you're preparing yourself to move on, this person is fighting some sort of change here. You're forcing them to change. You're forcing them to come out of their comfort zone. They know in order to fuck with you, they have to come in legit. You have the Strength card here. So I feel like this is their battle with the ego, the Strength card here, right? It's the ego. I feel like they want to come forward, but their pride, it wrestles them every day. And you know the crazy shit about this collective is this energy that they have, this back and forth, it's just you. It's nobody else. They tell everybody else, they say whatever they want to fucking say to anybody else because those people don't matter. For some of you, this could be a twin flame situation, right? The push and the pull. For some of you, I feel like you've been going through this for a while with this person, maybe even 7 months. For some of you, 7 years. You have the Seven of Swords out here and the Five of Swords, right? So clearly there's lies, right? There's lies, there's deception, there's ego-driven games. Like, I feel like this person is playing games with you. They're not reaching out because they want to see how far you would go to get their attention. This is the games they play. So what this person don't understand is maybe this game worked for other people, or it has been working for them up until now. What they don't really understand is collective, this game that they're playing, it kind of turned you off. Because I feel like I'm talking to a whole Empress out here. Someone who's nurturing, someone who's caring, someone who knows their worth, someone who's about their motherfucker, who stands on business. Okay? So I feel like you can't be shaken. And I feel like you're not even in a competition, right? Maybe this person, this Emperor ego, is putting you in a competitive state in their mind, if that makes sense, right? I feel like what they're not telling you is that they know they sabotaged this. For some of you, this Emperor could have cheated on you, right? It could be a third party situation. I do look at third parties as romantic partners, but then again, third parties could also be maybe they chose work over you, right? But for a lot of you, I'm getting definitely that it was a third party situation. For some of you, the Emperor, that's someone who creates stability, security all around the world, right? So the Emperor could have been married. For some of you, they could have been in a relationship and just didn't tell you. But there's definitely some form of cheating going on, some lying, some manipulation. And I feel like the Emperor with these cards out here and the energy I'm feeling, I feel like this person regretted. They regret not telling you what they should have, right? I feel like the Emperor knows that they should have gave you, I don't know why I'm hearing like a choice. They regret not listening to you. They regret not seeing you as who you are. They regret grouping you in with the rest of the groupies that they fuck with. They regret this because they know your energy is different. They know your energy is special. Even if they never say it to you out loud, collective, this person, this is absolutely how they feel. You have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles out here. I feel like this person want to offer you something, right? It may be small, right? The Page is energy, but the Ace of Pentacles says the desire is real, right? The new beginning is there. What they're not telling you is that they want another shot. So in this person's silence, in this person's behavior, in this person's approach, I feel like a lot of you are moving on. You're moving on from the Emperor because of this person's approach, because of what they're not saying. It's not what they're saying. It's because of what they're not saying. So they're not respecting you as the Queen of Cups, right? The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. That's number one. Damn near High Priestess energy, okay? And they're not respecting the fact that you see them 3 times over, if that makes sense. You saw them in the past life. You saw them in this life now, and you're seeing them in the life coming up, right? So you already know who this person is. And this person's soul absolutely recognizes you. I don't know if it's your smile, your eyes. Some of you might have dimples. Some of you don't have dimples. It's your complexion. It's your skin. There's something in their soul that recognizes you as home. And it got the Emperor shook up. And the Emperor normally don't, they don't get shooken up, right? They don't get shaken up. What they're not telling you is that they want another shot. You have the Knight of Cups. And like I said, this person has such a passion for you. They have such this romantic energy. I feel like the Emperor, this person still fantasize about coming towards you, right? Offering you love, making gestures here. With the Page of Swords, that tells me that they're watching you. And what they're not telling you is that they spy. They spy on your social media. If you guys have mutual friends in common, they have these silent check-ins. What this person is not telling you is they have ways to look you up. They have ways to follow you. They want to know what you're up to. Then the Six of Cups is out here, and that's nostalgia. So for a lot of you, this could be someone from your past, right? A past ex, or, this is definitely, though, with the Six of Cups out here, this is definitely soulmate energy. And I feel like what they're not telling you is that they miss you. They think about the past. They think about the good memories, and they long for that connection again with you. But I feel like right now it's just radio silence. This person is getting more satisfaction just watching you in the background. And I don't think that this is where they want to be exactly, but this is the Emperor, so they got to think before they move. They just can't jump into a situation. And right now they're observing you. They haven't missed a beat at all. Okay, so let's jump into, because I told you guys that, I was going to do the signs too. So, and let me know how you like this particular reading. Okay. So we're going to start with the Aries. So if you're Aries, right, or if your person is Aries, we're going to start with Aries. I feel like this person regrets trying to one-up you. They wanted control, but I feel like Spirit says you have the real power here. Taurus, they regret taking your loyalty for granted. If you're a Taurus, this person is definitely regretting taking your loyalty for granted. All right. I feel like Spirit says they thought you'll never leave them. They underestimated you. And I feel like as a Taurus, you did. Gemini, they regret playing both sides, right? The confusion they created is now haunting them. Cancer. They regret playing with your heart. They miss you. They miss the nurturing that you gave them, right? But they miss what you've done for them. I hope that makes sense. Leo. They regret putting ego over love. So I feel like this person here, they miss you, they miss your light, but their pride keeps them stuck. Virgo, they regret underestimating how much you were watching, how much you were analyzing. You saw through their lies. Just period. Libra, they regret breaking the balance. The karma, it's hitting them now. Scorpio, with the death card being out here, it's screaming for you. All right, I feel like this person, they regret forcing an ending. But what they don't understand is that they only transformed you. Excuse me. They transformed you into someone stronger. Sagittarius, I feel like this person regret you always wander back, right? You guys could argue, hang up on each other, fight each other, don't talk to each other for months, and they just know that you will always find your way back to them. But I feel like at this time you chose freedom, and now they're stuck. Capricorn. I was eating something and it went down the wrong way, so don't worry, you won't get sick by me coughing through the internet. Anyway, Capricorn, I feel like this person regret thinking they could out-strategize you. I feel like Spirit is letting me know that you guys leveled up here, and now you're pretty much beyond their reach. Aquarius, this person misjudged you. I feel like they regret misjudging you, and now you're detached. Your silence. Okay? And Aquarius, we all know that your silence is power. Your silence speaks volumes. They didn't know who the fuck you were. I'm just going to put it out there like that. Okay? Pisces. I feel like they regret underestimating your intuition. You saw through the illusions before they even showed their fucking face. Does that make sense? I feel like, so what they're not telling you is overall, they still love you. This person won another chance. They're haunted by their games, right? By their lies. They haunted by the distance that they put in between you two. It's very important when this person comes back in, because they're coming back in. I'm not going to say they're coming back in today or tomorrow, maybe even not even this week, right? But this person is definitely going to come back in. And it's going to be very important, collective, that you watch this person's actions and not their words, okay? Because I feel like a true emperor doesn't just plan, right? They don't just spy. They don't just regret. A true emperor shows up. So as a collective, like I said, the overall energy is the world. So I feel like whether they do or don't, your cycle of waiting for them, your cycle of, sitting by the phone or computer, whatever it is that you do with this person, it's over. So at the end of the day, you win regardless. All right, collective. Thank you for joining me in the ethers. I hope this resonates with all of you. Leave your comments in the message section or the comment section. You know how that goes, right? I'm always there. So until next time, ciao.